Okay. One of these days, I don't have the entire world trained on this report. Okay. 2 major relationships. Okay. Green right here. Just imagine the word your net long. There's my pencil here. These are your net longs. Okay. Your asset managers. These are people longing the market. They're buying stock and selling stock. That's all they do. These guys are going to be your commodity pools and other things. In a general sense, they long and short, but the position they typically take is a net sum of things because of the way this category contains certain type of hedging vehicles that traditionally is using futures to be the short side of some kind of more complex bet. Long story short, this is your net short. They're going to short and not short. So usually green line's above 0, blue line's below 0. So far, so good. And then your red is every big bang. I think you write the word big bang. This is your market makers, right? Banks. Market makers, dealers. Call it whatever you want. Okay, so far so good. All right. 2 really easy things to take away when they're doing this. These 2 relationships, and this is from the video. Markets are liquid. Put the word liquid here. If they are doing this, it's illiquid, okay? So essentially, this is math. You guys all understand this so far? This is a net position of all people in this category. So if I were to report my position, I said I have 100,000 of something. I report tomorrow I have 150,000. I added 50 to the pot of all people. So the green line has been going higher and higher and higher with a few dips since October, since, you know, Papa Bear called the bottom right out here. Genuine buyers, literally in my tweet, genuine buyers, look at that. These are people longing stocks, 401ks, pensions, you name it, mutual funds are all in that category. So longs are becoming more long, check. Shorts are becoming more short. When the line goes down, it means people are adding money to the pot. I'm longing means I'm buying a stock. I'm shorting means I'm shorting a stock. So as the lines are pointing away from each other, buyers and sellers are trading against each other. If they're pinching together, it's the same situation, just the other way around. So an example is green line going up, this person's becoming more long. Green line coming down, the long is selling their longs and going back to cash. This is the short becoming more short. This is the short covering their short and going back to cash. When they pull away from each other, the market's this is the highest liquid. So if you're to put like liquidity, this is more liquid than that, but they're both very liquid. The reason why is because there's more traders. Number of traders higher. Right? You have more people shorting, more people longing. It's more people stuffed into the room. People exiting a trade as sellers, people exiting a short as buyers. So covers and sellers meet each other in the middle, but it's fewer people trading. It's people exiting the market and going to cash, but still liquid. So every buyer and seller find each other. They're just rushing away at the same pace. So far, so good. That's how you read it. When you have everybody selling and shorting at the same time, it's a liquid bear. Everybody longing and covering at the same time, illiquid bull. So now we come through and look at the yellow and blue and see what we really got. Okay, you have, you know, waves of blue like this, and you're kind of sitting here and it's flat-ish. That's pretty decent. So that shows there's buyers stepping in. Buyer and taking profit, buying, taking profit, buying, and still buying. The blue over this period of time, I'm drawing all the way back to October, right? Fanning out. There's some big cover like that. And then now it comes down like this and is sitting there kind of like that. Okay. So since October, you have that very liquid buyers and people shorting against it. Then everyone runs away from the market. We can just see this is very liquid, right? And pretty much almost all points of this, they're either fanning out or pinching in, right? Everyone sees that. So liquid in all senses. So rule number 1 of the commando traders is liquid markets do not crash. Ever crash. Anybody that's doing this, unfollow them on Twitter and save yourself years of headache following a moron. Liquid markets do not crash. They don't. You crash to rapidly search for buyers when everyone's selling. If the market's liquid, there's your buyers. There's your buyers. Liquid markets do not crash. It's rule number 1 of life. Okay. All right. Number 2. When dealers are net positive, again, markets do not crash. Dealers are holding the bag. You put the two together, you have a liquid market and dealers holding the bag. There's 2 reasons for it to not crash. And there's 2 reasons for you to call a bottom back in October and amount all the people fighting to short this and fighting to short this and fighting to short this. Why is it rallying? Because you're a moron and you know how the stock market works. That's why it's rallying. Because everyone's long the market. There's more market participants now than there have been since years ago. There are so many people throwing. If you add the absolute value of the blue and the green together, like if you were to take this number and add the positive and add them together, they are amazingly liquid. This is so many people throwing their money in the stock market. It's unbelievable. And then the dealers are still holding the long. The market's never crashed, and that red line's been above 0 in the history of this report. So that's it. That's how it works.